Ahoy there! It's Logan Pro Media Magic, and I am back, and more under the weather than ever. Yeah, so sorry I haven't been uploading that much. College really took off, and it really got hard. But I'm doing good, and I'm glad to pull this video up for you guys. So today we're not going to be doing another deck for now. We're just going to look at a bunch of replays that I have made over my spare time. So let's take a look and see what things I can explain to you guys as it happens. So let's start with number one. By the way, I've only been playing with Raid Raptors a lot, so that's mostly what you're going to see. But there are a few times that I played other decks. So let's check it. All right. So yeah, this was a match against the Clown Necros. So yeah, you can see their stuff right here, and I'm playing the Raid Raptors. I've made a lot of changes to the deck though, like I added Utopia the Lightning, Heartland Draco, and Zero Fine and Emerald, and Rhapsody. I took out Rise Falcon because it's not so good, even though I love the Falcons. But yeah, I used to run Cyber Dragon Infinity and stuff, but not only is it a jerk card to play, but every time I used it, it would die immediately, so there was really no point. So yeah, so let's check out the duel. It was it got me nervous for a second, but ultimately I took control. Since the ban list really hit Necros hard, they really lost a lot of steam. So yeah, let's watch it. So yeah, I just set Mimicry and Twin Twister and Fiendish Chain. I thought about Fiendish Chaining that Thousand Hands, but I was under the assumption that he played try and trish me, so which I was correct, by the way, because it's right there. Also, this card really helps a lot because you really want cards in your graveyard sometimes with this deck. So discard one card, then target up to two spell and trap cards on the field and destroy them. Yeah, Twin Twister is a really good card. So yeah, let's see what happens here. So he goes into Unicorn, gets the search off Herald, searches for a mirror with that with Glaciolus. Yeah, so he attacked over my Mimicry, which I was very sad about, and then he hit me for 1400. And then since I was in the graveyard, he tried to trish me, but I didn't do that. I wasn't allowing that to happen, so I played Fiendish Chain to stop him. And then he was just done. And then I got Dark Hole, so I was like, yes, I'm going to use that. And then I used Sharp Lanius to attack and then special summon my Mimicry. I can go into Fortrix, get a search from that. And that was pretty good for me. But then the top deck of a lifetime for him, he freaking drew Gishki Vision, which is, I guess, kind of a replacement for Shurit, which you can't replace Shurit because that card's really broken. But it's banned now. So, but if you ritual summon a water monster, this card can be used as the entire tribute. So what he did is he used the Trishula in his graveyard with Necros Cycle. He ritual summoned it with Gishki Vision so he could get Trish off, and I was very upset about it. So yeah, he got Vanishing Lanius, Twin Twister, and I guess Fiendish Chain. But yeah, that was not good. So yeah, so we got a Tribute Lanius out there to search for another Vanishing Lanius so we can get our combos off. And we just wait a turn and take a bunch of damage. But that's okay. So yeah, we go into Vanishing, then go into Mimicry, take Trish from him with 101, then attack over that. And we get a search off with Mimicry, and then we just be done. So up to this point, I wasn't too nervous. Like I can understand that he keeps getting the mirrors back and stuff, but I'm not too worried. So he summons back Unicorn with Cycle again. And then at this point, I just decide to make sure he can't get anything back from his grave. So I attack with Sharp and get back Tribute. And I send a Readiness to the graveyard to make sure I can't die. This card has saved me so many times and has won me so many games. It's ridiculous. This card is so good. The fact that you can survive a turn without taking any damage, it prevents the OTKs. In a grind game when you're about to lose, it stops that. It's a really good card. So I run it at 3. But yeah, so I go into Rhapsody. I detach my materials to banish Trish and Brionac in his graveyard. Which, by the way, he did make a misplay, I'm pretty sure, because he used Brionac to ritual summon from his hand instead of from the graveyard. He could have discarded it to search for a Necros card, but he didn't, so I'm pretty sure that was a misplay. But yeah, I decided to use Rhapsody to exile those two so he can't get anything back from that. And there's the clown part. He does run the clowns. God, I hate the clowns. They're so gross. But yeah, I go into tribute, send another readiness and attack, and then I get a rank up magic. Another revolution force, because that's the best one right now, I think, in my opinion. And I detach, get a search off Fuzzy to search for himself. Then he top decks a freaking Valkyrus and has that trick clown. That's good. So he sacks the trick clown with Valkyrus to draw a card. And I summon these two, go in Force Tricks, and then it's over at this point. So I get all these searches, and then I rank up into Blaze Falcon to attack him directly, and I blow up his Valkyrus. The reason why I did that and I didn't go straight into Revolution Falcon is because I was afraid he had another Valkyrus in his hand. So if he did, I would have been kind of screwed. But he didn't, so I won ultimately. So yeah, that was a good match. Got me worried for a second. I'm always worried when I see the Perform Age stuff because that stuff can get pretty out of control. But yeah, that happened. Next is the Black Wings. Obviously by the title I beat him, and I was like it was so built up too because it was on the episode of the anime where Shay versus Crow, Black Wings versus Raid Raptors. Unfortunately, Shay lost. I was sad because I never cared for the Black Wings too much, and I really love the Raid Raptors. But yeah, Shay lost. But anyways, yeah, I did actually lose to the Black Wings a couple of times with this deck just because. Oh man, I don't even know why. They're just gross. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So he got a bad hand. He has 3 tuners in his hand, although they are a Gale of Whirlwind, which really good to be able to have your monsters, your opponent's monsters attack and defense for forever is really good. Yeah. So before I explain what he's doing, I just made a 4 Strix to search and got all this in my hand, and then I set Fiendish Chain, be done. I do have Dark Hole, so my insurance is pretty good. But yeah, so he summons both Gales and a Chris, which hurt a lot. Then he goes into Blackwing, Rikiri the Rain Shower, which is a new one. He's the Assault Blackwing guy. And if he's Synchro summoned, he can be used as a Synchro. If you used a Blackwing monster to Synchro summon this card, he can be used as a tuner, which is pretty cool. So you can go into multiple Synchro summons with your Synchro monsters in a turn. But also, this card is really puts the icing on the cake. Once per turn, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blackwing monsters you control and destroy them. So yeah, it's really ridiculous. I just realized why he didn't do it. I have to have exactly how many Blackwings he controls or more for him to do that. Because it says you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blackwing monsters you control, destroy them. So yeah, I was confused because I thought he misplayed and didn't activate the effect, but yeah, since I only controlled one card, he couldn't do that effect. But yeah, it's a really good card. So yeah, he has a Black Sonic, which is a Banishing Mirror Force for Blackwings, and Radiant Mirror Force, which is weird to run when the other new Mirror Forces are running around. And then we have Bottomless, which is good. So yeah, I just decided to Dark Hole and then go into Tribute, which he Bottomless is, and there's nothing much I can do from there. Then he draws Blackwing Blizzard, the Far North, which I cannot let happen because I do not need him Synchro summoning, so I just Fiendish Chained it to stop it. So I go for a Mimicry and then summon Fuzzy from my hand, get a search with Strix, and then get a search with Mimicry, and then I'm looking pretty good. But then he draws that, and then he gets that. So that was good. I decided to readiness that so I can get another search off Strix, which I did. Hey, a Tribute Lanius. And going for another Mimicry, going for the Nest. This card is really good. The ability to recycle your cards from the graveyard is amazing. So he draws another Mirror Force, which is nonsense, since he has practically 3 right now. But yeah, so he destroys Tribute Lanius, and I'm sad. I'm sad. Normal summons has that again, which I don't know why he did that, so I just decided to readiness so he can survive. I do like my Strix. I do like my owl things. So I try for Vanishing, get Strix back in my deck with Nest. He tries to block Sonic, which I cannot let happen. But then he Mirror Forces, and I'm like, oh, sad days. So he's looking pretty dominant here, draws Upstart. I do like Upstart Goblin, gets me 1,000 life points. So I go for this, he compulses it, which is fine since I have readiness in the graveyard to survive anyways. So he MSTs my D prison, and he makes a big, well, maybe not a big mistake. I guess it was a good move, but yeah, that ultimately led to his loss because I can just steal it with Arc. And then I just pound his face in with Arc for the rest of the game, is how it happens because he can't draw anything, see Dark Armed. And that's not going to help him. And I attack again, takes it, because he can't do anything. Black Whirlwind, would have been nice to have it a Blackwing to summon. Raigeki, I'm just drawing good stuff over here. So yeah, at this point I knew there's not really a way out for him, especially since he drew Icarus attack, so yeah, I beat the Blackwings. This was a cool one. Where I got the Revolution Falcon out in OTK because my opponent wouldn't stop summoning or special summoning things. So yeah, he's going all crazy with his plants, and I just start off slow, and I drew Astral Force, which is how I get out Revolution Falcon pretty easily. So I just send Mimicry to the grave to search for a fuzzy, and I'm done. You don't really want to see 2 Mimicry in your hand. It's really sad days if you do. Yeah, so I get a search with Strix and then off Nest and Mimicry. So he had Dandelion, I attacked it, and I forgot to activate Tribute Line just and get a rank up, but oh well. Hey, Twin Twister, that put a damper on my day. Yeah, so he crashed with this so he could special summon Gigaplant with this as effect, and then he attacked my Fuzzy, or my Strix. So yeah, he looked pretty dominant there for a second. But then he just goes out of control and just starts special summoning over and over again, and I was very happy about that. See Power Tool, and he's just going at it. Boosh. Yep, don't care. Don't care. Just keep synchro summoning. Yeah, so this is exactly enough for me to Revolution Falcon. So I just go into Strix, search, get a search off Mimicry, and then I Astral Force for a Revolution Falcon. So luckily for me, he has exactly 4 monsters, which 2 times 4 is 8, and it worked out perfectly. So yeah, that was Falcon OTK. It was pretty good. Man, we might not get through all these. I didn't expect to be explaining it this much. So this was, as the title says, a great battle, and I was going up against level 10 trains, which is kind of a hard matchup for me. So I go Tribute Lanius, search with Mimicry and Readiness. He summons a Ruffian Railcar, which he deals 500 damage to me with, and then he sets Bottomless Syncopulse, which is really disgusting, but I get around it. So I summon Mimicry to hopefully get him for some damage, but I tried to attack his Ruffian Railcar and crash with Tribute Lanius, which he wouldn't have died because I played Readiness, but he decided to compulse instead, so there wasn't much I could do in the battle phase. So I just set another Readiness. Oh wait, no, I went to 4 Strikes. Man, my old self was smarter than me now. So yeah, I went to 4 Strikes, got some searches off, and got a Nest, and then he gets the Field Spell, which is not good. So yeah, there's that thing. Boy, do I hate that thing. God, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Superior Dora! What a name. Phone, please. trying to explain things. So yeah, I search and I get off zero. Oh, I guess I didn't get off zero fine. I need to stop getting ahead of myself. Yeah, so I set Phoenix Chain, waiting for him to do something like that. That's disgusting. But yeah, so that didn't work because of that stupid Dora, and then I take a lot of damages. He destroys all my shit. So then I draw Mimicry, and then I go Vanishing into Mimicry, and make them all level 5 with Mimicry to summon Blaze Falcon. Which, I'm pretty sure he could have used this to save one of his super cannons, but he didn't. So they both just died, which I was fine with. So I just basically cleared his field right here. And then I attack and blow up his ruffian car. I can search for a nest and get back Vanishing into my hand, so that was pretty good. Hey, Malefic Cyber and Dragon. Hey, another Red Dreadnought cannon. Bye. God, they're just super ridiculous how powerful these things are. Like, they can really shut down your opponent pretty quickly if you don't play your cards right. So I get out Utopia the Lightning, which is a great card against high attack monsters because it can just run over them pretty easily and they can't do anything about it. But yeah, Utopia the Lightning's going away. See? And then there's that. That surprised me. And I'm almost dead. So I get out Vanishing, go for Sharp, search out Vanishing, Castell away the field spell so that the End Dragon dies. But he did have another one in his hand, so it didn't really matter much. Yeah, so much power. So I decided to compulse that thing, hoping that, which, I don't know why he didn't Xyz summon right there, that would seem silly. So I tried to destroy that, but that dies instead. MST's this, by Phoenix Chain, and then he goes into that to hopefully kill me, but I have readiness in my grave, so I'm ready for it, so it's fine. So I'm in complete control at this point, like there's nothing he can really do, so I arc him to take that, and I hit him for 21. And let's see what he draws. That is a ridiculous draw. That was a top deck of a lifetime. That could have won him the game. If I didn't have that readiness in my graveyard, the other two, I would have lost. See, that's why you keep this card in your deck. It's too good. So yeah, he tries to go for game, and I readiness, and then I just cowboy burn him for game because it's fun. Boop, 800. Haha! You are no match for me. But yeah, that was a good game. Handicap Raptors. I pulled this one and recorded the replay so that I could show it to you guys, but for some reason the replay glitched out because it was just me on my own team, so it got all weird and glitchy, and then it errored. But the long and short of it is I went up against a Tower Knight player and a Harpy player at the same time by myself, because that's what handicap is, and I basically was one step ahead of them every time, so I basically won the game. I was always plussing, I was always countering everything they did. It was just a really good game. And here's another one. Here's Rhapsody Joins the Revolution, which is a clever title I came up with because Rhapsody and Berserk and Revolution Falcon are a really gross combo. So here's I haven't gone against Bujins in a while, and it didn't look like he was running the typical build of Bujin either, like, because I've never seen this thing before. Usually you just want the turtle, the hare, and Yamato and other things. So yeah, he MST'd my warning, which I was very sad about, because I do like warning, and I top decked another nest, which was sad days for me, because I don't like seeing two nests. But yeah, I decided to go into Rhapsody to exile his two Bujin stuff in his graveyard, because I do hate Turtle. It's bad for me. I do like my target effects. Gross. And then there's that thing, so I decided to compulse that before it goes off, and there's that. See, look at all that grossness he got. So he goes into Yamato and gets that into his graveyard again. So at this point, there's really nothing I can do about his graveyard nonsense. For some reason, he thought I was going to kill his Yamato, so he exiled Bujin here there. So I don't know why he did that, but works for me. Drew a crane, which is gross, and he just ended his turn to get Quillen in his grave. So I go for Revolution Falcon, and I cook Rhapsody for 3200 attack Revolution Falcon, which is grossy. Then I summon Sharp and attack for 32. Get back Vanishing. Now, this is an awesome thing where I was just kind of like, fuck you. So he tried to attack over my Falcon with his crane, and by using Honest, and then I just had a Readiness, because I knew he had something in his hand if he was attacking with it, so I played Readiness to keep my Falcon alive, and then he just died. It was over, pretty much. Hey, Yamato, come back. So I get Nest to search off again, I send another Mimicry to the grave to get a search off of that, blow that up with Revolution, and as soon as I enter the battle phase, he quit, because, yeah, that was gross. So many cards. You can understand, like, because I got so many cards. He seems to be running a, well, of course he is. He's running a Skull Servant deck, which doesn't appear to be very good. But yeah, he just sat there and just let me plus off of everything in the world. See, look at that. I already plus 3'd off of him since last turn, which is ridiculous. You're not supposed to do that. That's not supposed to happen in Yu-Gi-Oh! So I just keep searching. I just keep plussing, and it's just ridiculous. I have 12 cards to his 6. I've doubled and tripled now. God damn. I have so much stuff. See, he tries to Lightning Vortex me, and I just negate it with Raptors Gust. So I think he tried to go for a Synchro Summon there, but it didn't work out. So yeah, I just got 1,000 things, and it just got out of control, which is what I like. This guy, he got very upset. He was playing "Fuck You, Yang Zings" is what he was playing. That's the definition of his deck. He had all the gross trap cards that make you not play Yu-Gi-Oh, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to kill myself because I can't do anything. Not really, but yeah, he had Skill Drain opening hand, which really sucks for me because I need my effects, man. I need them. But yeah, so he synchro summons into Herald of Arclight, which was weird. I think he might have gotten confused because this one only protects him from traps and not from battle. He needed the yellow one, which protects from battle. Otherwise, that would have sucked. So, but I killed that with Sharp Lanius and I summoned Tribute Lanius to hopefully send something to the graveyard to search. But then he played Skill Drain, so that was good. But yeah, I still am in the position of power. I'm attacking him, and he's just, yeah, see, he gets that, which is not a big deal. I could Xyz someone to attack over it, but I'm not going to do it. So there's Blackluster Soldier. That's going away immediately with Deep Prison. Bye. So I keep drawing sharps, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Twin Twister, where are you? Oh wait, I already used one. What are the odds I'm going to get another one? Probably not very high. So yeah, I just keep drawing traps, and I negated that Raigeki because I need to keep these two. These two are the reason I'm alive right now. And I'm playing Fiendish Chain down. And then he draws Vanity's Emptiness, so that was good. Just what I need. But I drew Soul Morning, which was a good one too. That'll actually win me the game, I think. He sets another Juntao. Or Jai2, or however you say it. Then there's a mistake, which completely shuts down my deck. Oh, God, yeah, do you see what I mean? He's playing completely fuck you, Yang Zings, with all the gross cards. Then he gets the path and draws 2. Hey, Go Guardian. So eventually I just decide to start. Yeah, there's that. God, man, it's emptiness. Why? God, it's super late. I'm getting tired. So yeah, he got the effect of Sunai to increase his attack by 500. So I got even more damages. So I decided to get a search off thing. off a tribute, but I can't because of mistake, so I just decided to send Readiness to the grave instead. So I Fiendish Chain that Goyo Guardian before it becomes a problem, because it's annoying me. Then we just sit and wait for something to happen, because that Vanities is not going away. I just let Tribute die because there's really no need for him to live. Hey, Twin Twister! That was good. So I just blow up all his back row. And return those three. And then he decides to sink into Metaphysaurus, which is a cool card. So I switch that to defense mode and attack it. See, a lot of people ask me why I do this. Like when I'm playing against them, they're like, "Why do you attack them in defense position like that?" Even when they have higher defense. Well, because that's how I special summon with this thing. I have to attack to special summon, and sometimes I've got no other choice but to do that. So I attack things with higher defense so I can get that special summon. So yeah, that's why I do that. It's really good. So I summon Tribute, get Mimic out of the grave, search for a nest. I actually made a mistake there. I should have played the nest first and searched off of that, but I didn't. I just went into Arc and took the Guardian from him. They're not done. Then he Dark Holes, I think. No, he doesn't. Shh. Oh, there he goes. So yeah, he summons that in Dark Holes so he can special summon off. He tries to use its effect by warning it, so it's stopped, which was a good move. I didn't know if it would special summon something from his deck or not, but yeah, I stopped it. So I go in for all the attacks, getting pretty powerful here. Going for Strix, get a Vanishing, and my hand's pretty good. So then he just decides to commit soul charge suicide because he knows he's going to lose. You cry, baby poo, nanny. But yeah, that was a game. I didn't think I was going to win that one with all of his gross cards that he had in there, the gross trap cards that shut down decks. All of them actually shut me down. Because Vanities shuts down my special summoning, Mistake shuts down my searching, and Skill Drain shuts down all my effects. So all three of those cards were just terrible for me. But I did get around them thanks to Twin Twister, which was the MVP of this match. And I won. So, well, I guess I didn't technically win, but he killed himself. So I'll take it. This will probably be the last one, but this is a number 86 Turbo deck. If you don't know what number 86 does, he's ridiculous. There he is. So, number 86, Heroic Champion, Rongramanyamnyad. Because he has such a weird name. But yeah, he gets all these effects according to how many materials he has when he summons. So, and during each of your opponent's end phases, you detach material from him. So, he kind of works backwards. Or not backwards, but he kind of works in a weird way, other than other Xyz monsters, which you can choose to detach. But yeah, he gets a ridiculous amount of effects for how many materials he has. So it's a turbo deck for him. So let's watch this happen. So I had a bad hand, so I just set Twin Twister and Fiendish Chain to be done. Then he attacks me with Assault Halberd, and the first thing that came to my mind was, oh god, it's the heroic clown blade thing. But I was wrong. It was just heroics, which I'm glad about because heroic clown blade, I can hardly ever beat that. So yeah, I drew Mimicry, which I was happy about because then I can go into 4 Strix and get a bunch of searches off. And he drew his Trapstone and he used it, which was bad because then he's doing all this, so he's getting all the warriors out. And he goes into number 86, and I was like, and he blows up my field, which I was not too happy about. So yeah, it's really powerful right now. It was 5, now it has 4. But yeah, I eventually just won this one because he couldn't get number 86 in there to kill me pretty quickly, so it just ran out of steam. Yeah, so he tries to trap stun and go for game, but then I just readiness and survive. So yeah, this is not good. I picked a really good deck to use against this guy because he just can't kill me. no matter what he does. So yeah, he's down to 1 material now, or 2. So he tries to go for Utopia the Lightning. That can't happen. Absolutely not. So I bounce it with Compulse. Then I deprison away his number 86. So yeah, after that, after his after that turn, it was just over. I just decided to cast all that away. But look at this nonsense. He draws another one. Like, look at that. I castelled it away and he drew it, which is kind of nonsense. But not only that, he has another one on top of his deck, so kind of ridiculous. So Astral Force, I just decided to start beating his face in with Castell. He sets in the other Thousand Blades, summon Mimicry to attack. Yeah, Goblinberg tries to kill Mimicry, but I can't let him do that, so I play Readiness so he survives. And then I just start pounding his face in. Boop, boop, boop. Someone's Climb, 1,000 Blades, and I just keep getting all my stuff. Go for Revolution Falcon, I blow up his 1,000 Blades. And then he drew Serial Spell, which is a bad draw for him. So yeah. Well guys, that was my replay videos. And that's all you missed. Well, not all of it, because as you can see, I have a lot more to show you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more if you have not already. So see you guys in the next one. Bye.